Hello everyone, my name is Ekaterina Kardakova. I'm an opera singer, voice and public speaking coach. In this video, I want to talk to you about why do so many people believe in feedbacks more than in their own inner voice. This week, I had a couple of conversations with my client about the same thing, about feedbacks. Just an example, I had a new client. When I asked her, why do you want to improve your public speaking skills? She said, my boss says that when I do presentations at work, no one understands what is the message. It's not structured enough. And when we start talking, I asked her some questions to know her better, to understand what is the reason of this feedback. We both understood that her talent is, or how she thinks, is that she's a very structured person and she had very structured way of thinking. So her talent is to explain difficult things in an easy and structured way. However, she sees and hears exactly the opposite feedback from her boss. Another client was a little upset when she turned on the camera and came to the session because she said that she didn't get the promotion. And the reason was, the feedback was that she's not communicative enough. That's why she didn't get the promotion. And I know her for a couple of months already because she has her individual training with me, and I know that she's a very communicative person. Why does she hear exactly the opposite thing? I want you to understand an important thing. Many feedbacks, 99% of the feedbacks, are based on projections. So projection is a psychological mechanism when a person who gives you a feedback tells you the information about themselves and the information or skills or something they don't want to accept in themselves. So basically, be positive, 95% of feedbacks are wrong mirror. It's not you, it's just the projection of other people. Let's take the both examples. The first lady who said that she cannot be on point, even that she has a very structured way of thinking. Obviously, the person who gave her this feedback cannot express him or herself clear enough. That's why he or she sees this skill in her and it triggers him on her. That's why he or she says, you're not structured enough. And in the second case, when my client didn't get the promotion, is exactly the same thing. Her boss is not good in communication. And he sees her, a very light, pretty young, light person who is very open and communicative. And obviously he doesn't like it because it triggers him. He says to her, I cannot give you the promotion because you're not communicative enough. So this is his own projection because he understands that he's not good enough in communication and he projects this on her. However, for the most people, it's not clear that feedbacks are the projections and people believe in these feedbacks. Basically, most people are only focused on feedbacks. What do people think about me? What people say about me? Why is it so? Because people are so afraid to be an outsider, to be not good enough, because we are social animals. We want to be in the group, we want to be liked by other people, we want to be good for everyone. Does it really work? Mostly time not. Mostly time what happens if a person listens to all these feedbacks and takes all these projections as a belief and believes in all these projections which are not about this person, the person just loses her or himself, because this is not the truth about the person who gets the feedback. This is the truth about the person who gives the feedback. That's why in this video I want to motivate you to don't listen to feedbacks too much. Let me rephrase. To don't believe too much in any feedbacks is given to you, because most of them are projections. However, you have to learn how to differ these feedbacks. Some of the feedbacks can be very constructive, can really help you in your personal development, but the most not. How to differ them, how to understand what is yours and what is not yours. This is the thing, you have to learn better yourself. You have to listen yourself much better to understand your talents, your strengths, what you're good at, what do you like, what can you do, or what kind of activities you do with joy, with ease, what activities make you happy. So when you learn more about yourself, you learn what you're good at, you get this confidence and you believe in this, in your strengths, because you know them. When you never ask yourself what I'm good at, who am I, what I like, you always listen to other projections and they're not who you are. That's why you might get lost. So, I repeat it one more time. I want to motivate you to learn more about yourself and listen more to your inner voice than to other people's projective feedbacks. And if you want to improve your life, get higher in your career, get interesting contacts and projects, learn what you can do the best. Because when you know yourself, you have very strong intuition and you kind of whispering in your hair or in your ear, in your ear says, you have to go there, you have to meet that person, say this, ask this person. So your intuition will always lead you, because you will listen to your inner voice much more than to feedbacks and projections of other people. If you have questions about feedbacks and projections, write me in the comments below. Thank you very much for your thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and please share this video so people understand that the feedbacks is not the reality and not real you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.